Sometimes your knife's action isn't as smooth as you would hope it would be. Today on Tutorial Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to tune a knife action. So I will tell you, if your knife doesn't open all the way every time you flip it, a little bit of a wrist flick can often be everything you need to get it open. But today I'm going to show you how to fix it if you want to be very precise about it. First of all, you need to disassemble your knife, and we have a video right here showing you how to do it. So the reason we took the knife apart is we want to make sure everything is clean, because the way your knife's detent works is through this little ball right here. And that interacts when the knife is closed with this little socket right here. And as the two meet up, it makes the knife want to stay shut. And as you push on the flipper tab, when the ball moves out of that pocket, it allows the knife to swing open with all of the force that you just put on it. And if that little pocket gets full of dirt and grime, it doesn't allow the ball to seat properly, and you lose a lot of your detent force. So first, we're gonna clean out everything here, focusing especially on this little hole and the little ball right here that goes inside it. Now to really make sure I clean out that detent hole, I'll go over it with my finger and the cloth like this. And then what I like to do is I like to put the very tip of my T6 driver, and I like to go in and just fish around in that hole just a little bit. You'll come up with a little bit of dirt, and that's usually just enough to make sure that you get a nice clean release from the detent. Then I'm going to clean up all other parts of the knife, including the bearings and the liners. Next up, I'm going to rebuild the knife, but I'm going to make sure to carefully lubricate every single piece along the way. Lubrication helps things to slide easily across each other, so as you tighten the pivot down, a well-lubricated pivot will allow it to slide all the way open when you hit that flipper. So now the knife is clean and lubricated and put back together, but sometimes the blade still doesn't open all the way. You have to give it a little extra oomph. This is where one of the biggest misconceptions about knife assembly comes into play. The pivot is meant to be tuned and not meant to be tightened all the way down. If you tighten it all the way down, you can A, strip your screw, and B, put a little more friction on the blade than it wants. So your pivot usually has a form of Loctite on there to make sure that wherever you put it, it's gonna stay there. And so what you do is you're going to play with your pivot. What I like to do is I like to tighten it down a little further than it needs to go. So I'll tighten it down just a touch, and now it probably will barely open at all. Yep, barely at all, dink. And now I like to come and do the tiniest micro adjustments, just imperceptible amounts of turn. Just, oh, that was a little more than I wanted. Let's see. Oh, a little bit better. Then I keep going back until I hit the action that I want. Oh, that was pretty good. Let's see it again. Let's try it going straight up. Oh yes, and we have no blade play, no lock rock. We are in good condition. That is a nicely tuned knife right there, and it is ready for everyday carry once more. So all the tools you need to do this are whatever drivers your knife will take, and I would bet you good amounts of money that T6 and T8 are the ones you need. You need a cleaning cloth and you need some lubricant, and other than that, you are ready to tune your knife to your wildest dreams. You can find all the gear you need to do this at bladehq.com, and we'll see you next time.